It is Fitness Friday here in WBKB Early Morning, and I'm with Tracy Granata, and today we are going to be talking about the risk factors of heart disease. So Tracy, what are some of those?
Yeah, two of the main risk factors that affect people with heart disease are usually high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And what those two things are, first of all, high blood pressure, we've all heard about it before. Naturally, we have pressure in our bodies that pumps the blood through our veins and our arteries. When that pressure becomes elevated, that's what we call the high blood pressure. So high blood pressure is just an increase in the pressure that's pumping the blood through those veins and arteries. High cholesterol, on the other hand, is just cholesterol is a fatty lipid that the body naturally produces, and everyone needs cholesterol in their bodies to survive. But a lot of times through diet and the foods that we eat, we get an excess, of that cholesterol. And then when we have that excess, our body doesn't know how to handle it per se. And so therefore we have elevated cholesterol, giving us that high cholesterol. I like to use the analogy for cholesterol as think about like gunk building up in our pipes, like our drains at home. The same thing happens in our bodies when we have too much cholesterol. They get clogged, they get gunk in them, and therefore the blood just cannot push through those arteries like it should with that high cholesterol because you have those fatty deposits in there.
And have you had any clients here at Bay Athletic that have come in with high cholesterol, high blood pressure, and been able to change that?
Yeah, actually about 1 in 4 Americans has high blood pressure and high cholesterol. And we have had recently a huge success story of a man who went to his doctor for his annual physical, and he's an optometrist here in town. And he was diagnosed with a high blood pressure and cholesterol, and the doctor just said to him, hey, you need to start exercising and you need to change up your diet. And he took the doctor seriously. He did not want to be on any medication whatsoever. And he had been a really active person. He and his wife liked to hike, they liked to snowshoe, cross-country ski, just be outdoors. But his fitness that he was doing and the activity that he was doing just wasn't intense enough for him to combat the high blood pressure and cholesterol. 6 months later, went back to the doctor and had everything measured after being set up on a program that just intensified his own fitness, and those numbers were all regulated just from modifying some diet and exercise.
And he was able to not have to use medication. That's great.
Able to not use any meds, absolutely.
So do you have some tips for people who may have high cholesterol, high blood pressure as diet and exercise, what they could do?
Yeah, so diet and exercise, obviously you first want to always consult with your physician before you get started on anything and just make sure that that's the right choice for you. But if you decide to take that route of just modifying diet and exercise to help combat the high blood pressure and cholesterol, first of all, diet, changing things up by eating leaner meats, increasing the amount of fruits and vegetables you get that aren't processed fruits and vegetables that come in a can, but actually eating fresh fruits and vegetables. I always like to say eating the perimeter of the grocery store is the best place to eat, staying away from those processed foods that's going to carry cholesterol in them, and just eating fresh and natural. So that'd be one way for diet. As far as exercise goes, just getting moving where you're going to elevate that heart rate a little bit. You know, riding a bike, getting outside and walking. I know it's cold out, but I promise you that if you bundle up, put on hat, gloves, jacket, boots, and you just go for, a quick walk around the block.
Or like you said, snowshoeing, cross-country skiing.
Snowshoeing, cross-country skiing, all great activities. Of course, coming up here and getting an indoor workout in if that's, your preference too. But lots of great things. Key is just you want to get that heart pumping a little bit, just to get that blood flow moving.
All right, so try to eat fresher, try to get your blood pumping. Anything else? Those are the main things?
Yep, those are the main things. Usually through diet and exercise, you can combat a lot of the things that go along with the high blood pressure and cholesterol and help avoid medications. But of course, you always just want to consult with that physician before you get started on anything, any modifications that you're doing.
All right, well, thank you, Tracy. So if you have high blood pressure or high cholesterol, maybe you might want to try those things.